Hello everyone, we are computer science students from Fresno State University. Our topic for the presentation is financial series prediction during COVID-19 using multivariate LSTM. In simple words, we are analyzing stock market to predict future trends. We are doing this project under the guidance of Dr. Piruz. We are the team Data Miners, a team of 6 members including Matty Namano, Mona Lisa Shah, Prachiti Kulkarni, Jatin Taneja, Albert T. John Herr. We will walk you all through the stock market trends. This is the overview of our presentation. First, we will tell you the basic agenda of this project. Then we will introduce you to our data sets. Further, we will talk about the different types of analysis we have performed. And finally, we will conclude with our findings, achievements, and the references. Stocks. Everyone knows this word. Many people invest in stocks. Few make profit, few loses money. The current global pandemic situation is making people skeptical to invest in stocks. Investors are confused if they should buy or sell whatever they have. As it is being said, 30% of population may get infected. So if you have already invested or want to invest, don't panic. We will show you the current trends and behaviors of the stocks of the company that you are interested in so that you can take wise decisions before you invest. We have considered the crisis like COVID-19 along with the important variants and investors should look for before taking any actions to give you the app knowledge, because after all, if you own the knowledge, you will have the best investment. We are using 8 different data sets as listed here. We are also using Yahoo Finance and Alpha Vantage API for more data. We have taken COVID confirmed cases data from Kaggle. Our everyday stock data for all the companies and the symbols data for each company looks like these tables. The first step of any big data analysis project is dataset preparation. So as a part of this step, we have also gathered our data, performed required data cleaning, and made it easily understood by a wider audience. And we have connected it with other required datasets like COVID-19 data. Finally, we stored it to do our further analysis. This is our correlation matrix for our data set. Before proceeding further for any analysis, we should know how our variables of the data set are related to each other. As we see here, open, low are closely related with high coefficient of 0.99.
So everything you want to know about a stock is how the stock price has been moved over the last period of time. To have a fair idea about the performance of the stock price, here we are plotted for last 5 years for few renowned companies. As we can see, the Amazon stock price is increasing constantly and each stock price is around $2,300. And we can see that Roblox stock price is going down. Here we have plotted the price trend for a few renowned companies for last 1 year. We can see Apple is doing really good from last 1 year compared to others. We can say as the pandemic squelched a variety of activities, people are heavily leaning on their tech gadgets, especially smartphones made by companies such as Apple. In this plot, you can see the return of Amazon is the highest. In the last 1 year, Amazon has got a total return of 255%. We can say a $1,000 investment in 2009 would be worth more than $13,000 in December 2019. So if you have invested in Amazon 5 years ago, here's how much money you would have now. Here we have plotted the percentage return for Amazon to determine the percentage change from the beginning of the period until today. Here we can see the percentage decrease for United States Airlines stock was highest in February 2020 because of the current COVID-19 situation. The Nasdaq, where most of these new companies are listed, lost more than 80% of its value from its peak. Here we have plotted the volume and closing price for Amazon to do exploratory analysis. Volume is basically just the amount of share is going back and forth. From plot, we can see that after Corona outbreak in 20th Jan 2020 and 23rd Feb 2020 in US, the stock price has decreased. So here we have plotted the histogram for average daily return for Amazon. Here we are seeing the standard deviation, which is very essential on average to find the individual measurement deviates from the mean. We can see that most of the return are outside the mean. So so that represents Amazon stock returns are more spread out. So you should have invested in Amazon. Here we are doing the exploratory analysis for Apple. We have plotted line graphs and candlestick chart for Apple closing price. We can see in 2019, Apple stock prices decreased around 85%, and again it's increasing after March 2020.
As a part of our descriptive analysis to see how profits fell or rose from year 2015, we plotted the mean of a difference of high and low prices of the stocks. Stocks did well in 2015. You can see that in this graph. But individual stocks may have high changes, but overall value of the stocks did not change drastically over these 5 years. To know the reasons for the profit trends, we checked daily trading activity, that is volume of the stocks for those years. And from the graph, we found that the more the trading happened in the year, lesser the profit for that year. These charts show the daily closing price comparisons of each year. So finally, from our overall descriptive analysis, we observed that more the volume, more frequent a stock will close with lesser value that day.
So here we have plotted the industry-wise stock trending, keeping COVID-19 as a variant to see how COVID-19 has affected different industries. We can see that it was the stock price decreased drastically for each industry in February 2020. Then after getting the stimulus pack, it increased. Okay, here we are calculating moving average for Amazon for last 10 days, 20 days and 50 days to figure out how the trend goes. Here we are trying to identify the different trend direction and determine the support and resistance level. If you see overall the closing price in last 50 days for Amazon has been decreased, and in last 10 days the closing price has been decreased significantly.
Predicting how the market will perform is one of the difficult things. There are so many factors involved in the prediction, which makes share prices volatile and difficult to predict with high level of accuracy. We work with historical data of Disney to predict its future stock price. Let's take a quick look into how Disney's closing price looks like over the years. This graph shows the data from July 2016 till March 2020. The lowest price of Disney was $90, and in November 2016, it hit its highest price of $151. Because of the pandemic, it started decreasing all the way to $85. We already saw that the price never went below $90. We designed a model called Univariate LSTM, named so because it retains what it needs and removes the rest. This model was trained with previous year's close prices and was tested to predict the current close price. The blue line represents the training set, orange the actual value, and green the predicted value. Our model was able to achieve an RMSE value as low as 9.5, but there are so many other factors involved in the stock market which makes it volatile, like the current pandemic, which is why we designed a multivariate LSTM. Let's see the difference. While univariate used just the previous year close prices, the multivariate takes 4 variates, including the coronavirus. This is to predict the stock. Let's look at the variates. The stock market rises and falls more than 1% over a sustained period of time. It is volatile. V-band depicts volatility. RSI, relative strength index, indicates recent price changes, indicating if stock is overbought or oversold. The MACD, the moving average convergence and divergence, shows stock, sell, or buy. A quick close-up into how the stock looks like over the pandemic. On Feb 4, 2020, the close price was $144.73 with 11 US COVID cases and 20,000 world corona cases. And we can see a drastic increase in the number of corona cases both in the US and around the world. The stock price have decreased drastically, wherein the Disney reached its lowest of 85. Using the above mentioned variates, we trained our model, and when we tested it out, even during pandemic, our model has performed well, with an RMSE value as low as 5.07, which is comparatively less than the univariate LSTM. The blue line represents the predicted growth. Based on our prediction model, we have prescribed the following. The stock should neither be bought or sold when many others are doing it. When the volume increases, the stock value decreases. The fewer the activity, better time to invest. Pandemics are the best time to buy and the worst time to sell. Over time, bad short-term investments could become profitable.
So these are the findings from our analysis we did on our dataset. We have achieved some best stock prediction even during global pandemic using our optimal multivariate LSTM. This model lets investors decide when and where to invest. This model is ready to predict stocks during COVID-19 phase 2 or any other future pandemic. These are some references. Thank you.